The clock is ticking for state lawmakers who need to agree on a budget to avoid a possible government shutdown.
And there is a growing fear that we will have a shutdown.
But it wouldn't mean all services would close. The governor, along with others in her executive branch, decide what they call essential services. I'm bringing in MSU professor Arna Weinfeld to take us on the government shutdown board for a look at what could happen. Critical services continue,
like state police and prisons. Those will remain operating.
But as we go down the line, the possibility you'll see an impact starts to creep in.
Road projects would come to a halt.
And schools won't get their payments to continue another month of free breakfast and lunch.
And K-12 schools and universities have already started their fiscal year.
Neighbors looking to get a hunting license this fall may face slowdowns, and rest stops could face closures. Our neighborhood reporter Matt Pajazny has more on those impacts.
Well, Alana, I'm standing outside a rest area right next to 127 South heading to Jackson, and while I was here I talked to a couple of neighbors coming down from Muskegon heading to Jackson, and they said they would be very upset if rest areas had to shut their doors because of this, because they simply wouldn't have anywhere to go to the bathroom or get snacks while they're traveling. They also said that it's such a little thing that we take for granted until it's gone, so they really hope it doesn't come to this. Back to you, Alana.
And now back to the shutdown board as we approach the end. If neighbors are planning to renew your driver's license, you may be out of luck if the budget isn't approved. With the clock ticking on, neighbors may see this board in real life.
You know, I don't know where it's going to land, Alana. I just don't.
And within the state budget, it's also the education budget that is up in the air, leaving school districts to make some decisions about how to run classrooms in the future. Your neighborhood reporters are diving into what school districts are doing to prepare.
You know, we are about 2 weeks away from a potential government shutdown, and I want to see how this will impact the Lansing School District. So I did reach out to the district, and they told me hypothetically, if a government shutdown happens on October 1st, they'll be able to operate business as usual for at least a few weeks because they are in a good financial place. However, the district did tell me if they don't receive a check from the state by October 20th, that's when they'll have to come together with the district's Board of Education to brainstorm ways on how the district will financially move forward. For now, reporting here in Lansing, I'm Larry Wallace, Fox 47 News.
I'm your East Lansing neighborhood reporter Colin Jankowski. East Lansing Public Schools Superintendent Dory Lako recently spoke at the September 8th school board meeting about the impact that not having a budget passed by the deadline could have on the district. She says if no budget is passed by the deadline, schools will miss their first scheduled state aid payment on October 20th. Lako says districts rely on that payment to compensate staff, maintain class sizes, student support services, and programs like athletics and other activities. Now, the big talker in all of this is obviously free school lunches, and Lako says that if no budget is passed by the end of the month, East Lansing will not be able to provide free school lunches to students anymore. And she says that if that happens, that they will be giving parents as much notice as possible. In East Lansing, Colin Jankowski, Fox 47 News. I'm your Bellevue neighborhood reporter Travis Six. With free lunches ending across the state of Michigan for public schools starting September 30th, I caught up with Bellevue Public Schools to see what their plan of attack is, and they told me their plan right now is just to wait and see. Then by the time it ends, they're hoping to have a strategic plan to accommodate the students because they thought the free lunches were a great thing, but right now they don't have a plan set in place, but they're hoping to have one by October 1st. For reporting for Fox 47, Travis Six.
I'm your Jackson neighborhood reporter Matt Pajazny. I talked to a couple of school districts in my neighborhood to hear their concerns on this budget uncertainty. Northwest School Superintendent Jeff Bontrager told me that careful monitoring of the district's cash flow has allowed Northwest to avoid taking out a loan. However, with the possibility that the state of Michigan may not have an approved budget by October 1st, they are actively working with their local bank to establish a line of credit or loan should it become necessary to support operations until the first state aid payment is received. Now, after reaching out to Vandercook Lake Public Schools, Superintendent Melissa Bradfield told me that though there's no set plan in place for the district, she is urging legislators to pass a state budget favorable for the K-12 education. In Jackson, I'm Matt Pajazny, Fox 47 News.
With October 1st being 13 days away, we will continue to follow the budget process here at the state capitol and keep you updated on air and online.